talk about the Sugar Bowl. Being an Oregon fan, we knew that, and people had asked me what my thoughts were, and I said Texas has to be able to stop the three receivers for Washington, and really it's four. Their tight end makes it four. They've got four legitimate weapons as pass catchers, and Texas could not stop them. And the question was, would Washington be able to hold up enough against the front of Texas, especially against Texas's run game and running the ball? And what Washington did really well is they went wide with their runs a lot more, and they managed to hold up. But I think Texas sometimes went away from the run a little bit too much. I think if Texas had stuck with the run a lot more, I think it might have been a different game. But that's just me. I'm not. Again, I think you have a great situation right there with that. So let's go ahead here, and we're going to run this play. Okay. So here's the first offensive play of the game, or second offensive play, because second 15. Okay. This is what I mean. There were runs like this that were available for Texas early on. Okay. So when you look at it, which this is just a basic inside zone, it's basically an inside zone. Okay. You know what? Let me put it right here, and if I see the messages from you guys on my bot, then we'll take it. Okay. We're getting across inside, stay play side, and we just were able to get upfield. And this is the thing this is why I say I feel like they kind of went away from it a little bit too much. Okay. Because I think that Texas could have ran the ball a little bit more. Personal opinion, right? I love that the Pac-12 versus Big Ten in the national championship. Just so you guys are aware of that. Micah, welcome in. Hope you're welcome in. I used to coach football, so when I talk about stuff, sometimes I get a little technical. Sometimes I go a little bit more in depth. This video, this stream, we're not doing that today. We're talking about it and we're moving on. But it took us an hour to talk about. Just to give you an idea, it took us an hour to talk about the Rose Bowl, and I talked about like 19 plays. So you've got SJ line coach. He's a high school O-line coach as well. So you've got some guys who stop in here who are high school coaches as well, and we talk about sports. So we try to give I try to give unbiased talk. I will give my personal opinion, and you might not like it sometimes, but I'm not saying it because I have and here's the thing. I've done a video about how Washington kicked Oregon's ass up front in the Pac-12 championship game, and I'm an Oregon fan. If I like something, I'm going to talk about it, and that's the way it's going to be. So we'll try to avoid like making it seem like we are picking sides. If we see something we like, we're going to talk about it and just try to be as honest as we can about what our thoughts are with regards to it, like the Brad Allen situation. But yeah, anyway, I think Texas kind of went away from it. I'm happy that Washington won, but Texas, I think, could have stayed with the run. All right, so let's take a look here. We got the end zone view. This is the first third down for Texas. I don't think there's really anyone open for Quinn Ewers here. Okay, if I look at the routes, he's dropping back. He's not really. There's really no one open. If he's going to throw that, it was a bad call. It was a bad call, Micah. Micah, it was a bad call. I made a video about it, and it was bad. And then the NFL today or yesterday's trying to put all the blame on the players. No. We're not gonna stand for that. Do your job, ref. Take a moment and relax. Take a half second and figure out why there's two other guys standing by you. Need to fine refs. You may see that. Well, the fine is that they don't get to be in the playoffs. So I think if Quinn Ewers is going to throw this, he needed to throw it out coming out of the break. Unfortunately, he's not able to throw it coming out of the break. Washington's able to get in the way. I might have heard footsteps. Hold on a second here. Let me make sure that I've got the rosters pulled up here. Again, I'm not going to know all the players, so if I say a player wrong, don't kill me, please, people. I think I think this is going to be a great national championship game because you're going to have a tale of two teams. It's going to be Michigan, who, again, it's going to be dependent on Washington. Washington's defense has to hold the line. If I'm going to be blunt about it, Washington's defense has to hold the line. Yeah, this was Whittington. Whittington might have heard a little bit of the footsteps, but for me, it's going to be really about that, guys. SJ line coach telling you if that snap is where it's supposed to be in Miller Falls Puller scores. I think you're right that it's going to be close. I think it's still going to be tough. The problem is Latham gets his ass kicked. Like I said, Latham gets his ass kicked into the backfield. So he kind of gets in the way, but it's kind of like he was supposed to press up and then outside, but I don't know. I just don't know. So Whittington hears it, and so let's go now. And this is the nightmare that every Pac-12 fan has had, right? The rest of the country got introduced to to who Michael Penix Jr. is. Okay. Welcome, rest of the country. This guy has done this to Pac-12 teams the last 2 years. But I love the play action. He just throws one of the best balls I've ever seen a quarterback throw, guys. And he's got 3 legitimate weapons. He's got Polk, McMillan, and Odunze. And Odunze is the best. I usually don't make a decision because I just go over what the battle will be. I think that it's going to be, if Washington's front can hold up against Michigan's front, then Washington has probably the best chance because I don't know how Michigan's going to handle the 3 wide receivers and the tight end. The problem for Washington is they got their star running back hurt, Johnson here. And we'll see what they come up with game plan wise. But if Michigan is able to control the line and control the ball, I think they're going to win that game because that keeps Penix and that offense off the field. So it's going to fall on the front of Washington, defensive and offensive front. And as a former line coach, you wouldn't have it any other way. The boys up front are going to win you the natty or not. Wouldn't have it any other way, right? It's just the way it is. Okay. So this is just one of the most beautiful balls because look where he puts it to. Okay. And we'll see another pass play. Drops back, patience, and look where he puts it out. I mean, there is just no chance for that defender. Leads him perfectly to the sidelines. Catch. Polk's going to make a big play out of it. And that's I mean, this is the first quarter, first drive for Washington, and already everybody's like, oh, Texas is like, oh, these guys can throw the ball. And remember, I had told people, I said, Texas has got to stop the passing game, and it's going to be hard. Texas doesn't have a great secondary. This is the problem playing Washington, guys. And Washington is now healthy, except for Johnson, who got hurt. But all the receivers are healthy. McMillan's healthy and all that. So, love this. We get the inside zone. And I just love that Dylan Johnson does not hesitate. He just rushes upfield, gets tackled, touchdown. But notice he's not wasting any time. He's getting his cut. He sees where he's got to go, gets his cut. He's just going to press and get vertical, and it's going to be a touchdown. So really, really like it. You know, some backs might come up and try to kind of dance. He's just, notice he's going to come downhill. He's going to press the play side, just take the backside gap, cut, and just go into the end zone, touchdown. I really like the offensive line. Let's go back. We'll watch it again. And guys, this is how it goes when film watch is occurring, guys. You're going to watch play over and over and over again. Right? We're going to get washed down. Oh, it's great line play right here. It gives him a spot, right? The thing is, Dylan doesn't waste time. He's gonna attack play side, take the backside. He doesn't waste time. And the offensive line, we're gonna get a great double team push here by the center. Everybody's coming down and kind of clearing the way. Okay, you can see this offensive line. I think they won, if I remember correctly. They won they won the best O-line award in the country. So this is a very well coached offensive line. I think people didn't realize that about this team, right? And again, they've taken it. They're tired of hearing about how soft they are, so they took it upon themselves to not be soft on this play, right? You're gonna get. It's an unbalanced formation, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed this. It's an unbalanced formation. They got the tight end here. There's three offensive linemen here to the left. Three offensive linemen to the left, and look where Texas is aligned to. Texas has got more players to the two linemen side. They've got all these guys. There's no one over here. I think they get caught up in the mesh in the wash of the blocks. That's really well done though. That's really well done by the offensive line of Washington. So you got to give them credit there. They kicked Oregon's ass in the Pac-12 championship game. We went over that in the video, guys. We talked about the run game, the counter, things like that. They didn't run much counter in this game, but they just did stuff that really they took advantage. Okay, I love this play design. I love this screen that Texas calls right here. Okay, I love it. Why do I love it? You're going to carry out a play action. You're going to sell that you're rolling, and they'll run it to the right. They'll sell the play action boot to the right or to the left. Here it's to the left, and he's selling play action to the left. Notice what the defense is doing. They're all reacting to receivers coming across. Now he's going to spin around and throw it on a screen, and you're going to get some nice blocking downfield. Let's cut the intercut a little bit too quick there. That's on me, right? We're going to get. You got running back, who's number 23. That's blue. He's the speedster. He's going to sell going vertical. So it's going to pull all the defense out. And because he's booting to the left, linebackers, defensive line think they've beat their man, except they haven't. He's going to spin around, throw it out to Baxter, who's going to get up, who's got lead blockers for him. And it's a first down. Got the convoy of blockers that he needs. And I just love it. And they'll run it to their tight end as well, Sanders. Okay, they'll run this exact play to Sanders, who's number 0 right there. You see him down there. They'll run it. They'll run it to him as well. It's really a great concept. I love it, particularly because of what it does. All the eyes are looking one way, and instead it's a screen back to the other side. Sarkisian does some really good things, guys. He really sets up plays well. So I really like it. Okay. Let's go right here. And this is what I'm going to include a lot of clips I include are run plays because I want you guys to see just how much of the run. This is why I was saying I think Texas might have wanted to stay with the run a little bit more. Like, look at this. Okay. You're going to get a nice outside zone pressed by Baxter, and then he's going to take the cutback, and he's got a nice wall on the cutback. This is a really well done block. Really well done blocking by them. Okay. You've got Blue coming across. You've got to worry about him potentially leaking out for play action. Now you're going to have the offensive line. And one of the things on offensive line, and Micah, if you're still in here, one of the things on outside zone, okay, notice the offensive line they're all working way to the outside, right? They're all trying to go outside zone. What people need to understand is on outside zone, the backside cut is kind of what you're expecting to get a lot of the time. You don't necessarily expect to get the play side, stay to the play side, right? So Baxter's reading. Head outside on the first defender right here. Okay, we got our first defender right here. First defender on the line. We should use the correct color. This is the color we use for defense. Coach defense, but also being an offensive guy more. Okay? His head's to the outside. So what does that tell Baxter? Got to make the cut right there, right? We've got our seal on the second defender right here. So we've got him sealed off. So now the cut is right here where Baxter takes it. Okay? If the head had been inside, if his head had been to the inside, Baxter would have stayed to the outside. wouldn't have gotten as many yards, but that's the rules. So you've got to live with the rules that you give, right? Sometimes you might not get as many yards, but more often than not, the rules work. So because of the head outside on the first defender and the head's inside on the second defender, that's where he's cutting. If this defender had managed to stay to the outside and been out here with his head to the outside, then Baxter would have cut a little bit tighter right there. Okay? That's how it works. Okay, so he gets a nice convoy, gets down, and they're going to get the touchdown off of this play. Okay? Fullback dive. Oh, no, sorry. That's another play. It's fullback dive. It's one after Washington runs fullback dive. Okay? Okay. So we're going to get the same action, motion across, play side, and then we're going to get the same play. It's basically the same play for the touchdown. Right here. We just went over it. Notice we're going outside zone again. Everybody's going outside. Heads to the outside. That's where blue's supposed to cut it. Touchdown. Okay? That's how that works, guys. That is how that works. All right? So that is exactly how that's supposed to work. Hopefully you guys haven't fallen behind or I'm missing messages from you guys because for whatever reason our stream has had issues. Tyler Gutwine is in here. Tyler Gutwine is also an offensive line coach, and it is beautiful. It's really well done. But you guys see why I'm saying I think Texas kind of probably might have wanted to stay with the run a little bit more. They were able to kind of maul to begin with. And I think if they stuck with it, they would have really wore down Washington's defensive line. But they decided to do more passes, and Washington was able to just hold up long enough. Now, part of the problem for Texas was there were penalties as well, but once Texas had to pass, it was all over. Washington's defensive line was in the backfield all the time. Okay, but that's a great play, great cut by Blue. This is like film that you take to clinics, right? When coaches are talking about plays, this is the kind of film you take, right? We get head to the outside, that tells back to cut. Okay, head outside, back's going to cut off of that. Get vertical, everybody's washing everything down, and then just make your own touchdown right there for Blue, and that's what he does, gets in the end zone. Okay, this might be one of the greatest passes you will ever see a college quarterback do. If you miss this pass, I don't blame you, especially on the East Coast because you guys all fall asleep at like 1 a.m. Though I think if you're a Heisman voter, you need to stay up for all the college games. Just my personal opinion. Just my personal opinion. But I don't have the end zone view of it. I wish I had the end zone view of this. We're going to have a free rusher right at Michael Penix Jr., and he's going to throw it, and it's going to get caught by the receiver, and it's in a perfect spot. Okay? We have motion out. We get a line stunt. They do not switch. The offensive line right here does not switch. Okay? So defensive lineman comes around and has a free shot right at Penix. Hey, Mike, by the way, Tyler and SJ line coach are both high school O-line coaches. So we love O-line play in this channel. We always love big man touchdowns as well. Okay? But we get a free rush. So instead of switching, which really needed to happen on this play, we get a free runner and just look. Whoop! And not only does he do that, and you don't see it because we don't have the end zone view, the defensive lineman doesn't hit him. He throws it and spins out of the way. He literally spins out of the way of the defensive lineman, throws it in a perfect spot where only his receiver can catch it to the outside. I mean, guys, that is a pass that goes on your player profile for the NFL and an NFL draft. Not joking. I mean, that is how crazy it was. Okay? That is how crazy this play was. So if you've never seen that is the play right here. We have an unblocked off defense. Okay, hold on. We have an unblocked defensive lineman on a twist. Balls to the outside. And here's the thing, guys, I want to talk about that is not talked about a lot. Because everybody rightfully loves Penix. But can we give some love to the receivers as well? The receivers' pre-snap alignments are about as perfect as you can get on a lot of these plays. I'm just letting you. That is my opinion. But I'm just telling you right now. Their alignments are perfect. Okay? Ball's on the hash. Look where he knows he's going vertical. Look where he's aligned. Bottom of the numbers. So now, because he's running vertical, now he's got all this room way right out here, right? Penix can put it, and he can run under it. Okay? Now, he's a slot receiver, so you're thinking, oh, well, he's a slot receiver. But notice, same thing down here. He's near the bottom of the numbers. If he runs a vertical route, he's got a lot of space. You'll see it a lot of times with these receivers. They are coached really well to use their alignment. So if they're going vertical, there's space for the ball to go. And that's why you see that happen. Okay. So that is one of the, if you can find the end zone view of it, it is an incredible throw. It's a great throw. All right. Next play to look at. Okay. I mean, like I said, he's done this in the Pac-12, guys. He's not, it isn't like he just came out of nowhere. Okay. Right. So we're going to have basically a smash concept to the left, one high safety. So we've got the dig kind of coming in with the wheel route. And that is just great movement in the pocket, guys. And his receivers help him out so much as well. But it's only a 4-man rush. We should be able to handle this. Get a good, nice swim, but he just moves out of the way, cool as can be, and throws a dart down the middle to Odunze, who might actually have been the best receiver in the country this year. Okay. Ohio State fans will now hate me. Scuffed. Boom. Throw. Good. Just such a good play. And guys, I just can't help myself watching this. I mean, this is what they've meant by pocket presence. 1, 2, 3. Shuffle. Okay, keep my eyes downfield. Rifle it in there, first down. Okay. Great play. So now let's take a look. This is one of the things that Washington did. They really couldn't run up the middle against Texas. So they went to the outside. We're going to get power read. Basically, it's power read, isn't it? Looks like it's power read. Yep, it's power read. Reed says give. He gives it. And we get a nice gain right there. Okay. Got receivers blocking downfield. Get downfield. Seal. Everybody's leading out. We got back leading out, which is Polk. We got players leading downfield for the blocking. It's a nice gain on the play. So remember, they've run this. Now they've run power read. Just remember that they're running power read here. They don't normally run Penix, guys. This game is like the first time they really ran Penix. More than like 1 or 2 times where he scrambles. They normally don't run this guy. All right. And then let's take a look. Fullback dive. You got to love fullback dive. Outside zone, fullback dive. But what makes this work really well, guys, let's go to it. We get the action to the backside, right? So we've got the motion. Like, we're coming back here. You got to be careful. Could throw it. So the defenders right here, these two, have to stay home because you don't know what's happening. Again, this is an unbalanced formation. It's an unbalanced formation, just like the first touchdown. Okay, we've got three offensive linemen to the right. That's the tight end. So we've got one guard to the left. We've got Johnson in the offset I formation. And they're just going to run inside zone just like they did before. Everything gets crushed down. and then just let Johnson cut up inside on the fullback dive. Okay? Notice everything gets washed down. Everybody's holding action on the backside because of the motion. Nobody's there to squeeze down. Nobody squeezes down, and it's just way too easy. That's about as easy as a fullback dive as you're going to ever see in football, guys. Set it up, knock them down. Great play. Okay? So I love it. I love that Washington is basically in an unbalanced formation. Like, we're going to run the ball for touchdowns here. Okay? So, guys, we're almost to 2 hours on this stream, and we're not even halfway through this game. Tells you what it means to really break down. I know some of you guys go, just so you guys know, this is what goes into coaching. You got to talk about plays and go through stuff and all that. All right, so let's talk about it. Well, I don't know what it is with punt returners on Monday, but we had 3 fumbled punts. This one, same situation. He just misjudges where it's coming down. Okay? He's not really running, but he misjudges. And the minute he realizes he misjudges, he just needs to let it go. I know that's not the sexy thing to do, but because he misjudges, right? Because he misjudges, okay, he's gonna try to long arm it. Like watch him. We're gonna march this through slowly. See how he's not really. When you're catching a punt, you want to be right under it so that you can catch it. You don't want to be like reaching out trying to catch it because it gets you off balance. So as he's coming up, you want him to be underneath it, catching it like this. Instead, he's squatting and doing this. Right? He's doing that. And so okay. That's what I'm saying right there is that's why it's included. You want to be you want to have yourself underneath the ball. Legs underneath you. You don't want to be reaching out like he is right there. Okay? So he's trying to long arm catch it, and that's why he can't, and he's about to get hit. Did he call fair catch at all? I don't think he called fair catch. And that's why. And that's a big one because you were ahead 14-7, you got the stop. This really is a big moment because if Texas gets the ball back here, Texas got the ball back, guys. I mean, excuse me. If Washington got the ball back here, Texas did get the ball back, but if Washington had fielded the punt cleanly, I think you're seeing a route. I think that this play helped keep Texas in it because, again, Washington got the stop. Texas had not shown that they could stop Washington whatsoever in this game so far. This could have been a route, but this one play kind of changed it, gave some momentum back to Texas, gave them a little bit more confidence, and leads to a basically a fullback dive as well. Okay, RPO time, guys. RPO time. So what are we reading on RPO? What do you think he's reading on this RPO? And some of you guys are behind. Okay, because they're running a slant to Whittington. I think he's reading the backer. Okay. I think he's reading our backer right here for Washington. Backer steps up, throw it to Whittington on the slant, or really it's kind of a post, short post. Slant. I'll call it a slant. Throw it to him. Okay. If he just sits like this, then it's a handoff, right? So he's the read. It's the linebacker right there. I think it's a linebacker because the linebacker steps up and that's why he throws it. Tyler and I are on the same wavelength. Right? Same wavelength right there. Backer steps up. Okay. Tells him to throw it. And that's what RPO is. Now, let's take a look at the offensive line on it. This is really well done by Texas right here. Remember, they have in college a 3-yard grace. If they're 3 yards down the field, they're not going to get called for being downfield on a pass. Here, you can see that Texas's offensive line is about 2 yards downfield. So they're within the range that they're supposed to be. So, ball thrown, caught, and gets it down, and then we're going to get the fullback dive. And I didn't show the fullback dive. I didn't clip it because it's just a simple fullback dive. But really well done here by Ewers. Again, it's an RPO. I think if you'd stuck even with RPOs, you might have had a better chance as well. I just, anytime that Washington could just tee off on a pass or knew that you were going to pass, they were in Quinn Ewers' face. The offensive line for Texas had a real difficult time with the pass rush. Okay, so backer steps up. He's coming up to stop the run. Notice no one's going to block him. That's the read. So now Quinn just throws it easy. And that's RPO. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. It's now 14-14. Let's go. Again, remember, Texas has yet to stop Washington. So 2 drives, 2 scores. Get the play action. I love it. I love it. Okay. Take the shot. We're going to take the shot. Okay. We've got a post out here. Well, wrong color, guys. Whoever's on offense gets the yellow. Okay. So we got the post. Okay. We've got a route that's coming underneath and kind of just sitting here. That's what it looked like. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's a dig. Sorry, it's a dig. He's coming up and he's running the dig. Okay. Here is what Penix is looking at. He's looking at the single high safety. He's looking at the safeties. And what you're going to see, and we'll just back it up slightly. We'll run the play right. See how this safety right here, and I can't tell his number. We'll use the right color for defensive guys. This safety right here. See how he hesitates and he sits? Now that he has sat, that tells Penix we have the deep ball. Okay? The safety has sat on the dig, coming across. Even if he now tries to backpedal, he is not going to be able to stop this pass play. Penix's head's going to look. Oh, got what I want. Let it go. And it's such a good ball. Okay? It is such a good ball. Okay? And the reason it's a great ball, all right, is one, look how he throws his receiver vertical. Okay? He throws his receiver vertical on the play. This is Odunze. All right? So he doesn't take his receiver into the safety, the second safety. Remember, because there's a 2 high safety look. Right? So the one safety steps down, sits. That tells you got you've got the post. And see how he throws him vertical? So now our safety for Texas, number 16, hold on, let me listen to his name so I know how to pronounce it correctly, guys.
Michael Taff.
Okay, Michael Taff. Michael Taff gets the ball. He's not able to get over and make it. So because now it's vertical, that also prevents the cornerback, Watts, from being able to kind of come over and try to get underneath. So it allows Odunze to restack on top. Now, I've broken down one of the Quinn Ewers touchdown passes against Alabama, and I talked about how it was a great pass because it allowed the receiver to stack over the top of the safety, and that's what he did, right? And as SJ line coach is pointing out, they had to run Penix a little bit more because Johnson did get hurt. His foot he'd been hurt all season long, basically. The serious injury occurs at the end of the game, and we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm not a big fan of how the game ended. If I'm Washington, some things that need to be worked out there. But I love the play because, and the reason I'm including it is just you can see once the ball leaves his hand, see how it goes vertical. Can't get over to help. Now he's being restacked by Odunze, so the ball's going to drop in over the top. He can't go he's going to have to commit pass interference to go up over the top. He can't try to undercut it because it's going to drop right in. Great play. I mean, it's a great play. I love it. Okay. Can we throw the Wildcat in the trash? For the love of God, I'm done with the Wildcat, guys. I have no interest in the Wildcat. Okay. Why? I am no longer a fan. The Wildcat had its purpose. It's now dead. Can we just throw it in the trash? That Skyline coach will be like, no. Tyler will be like, no. I am no fan of it. I think it is. Who do you think is running the ball here, guys? Do you really think anybody but Johnson is running the ball? Dylan Johnson is running the ball here. No. There is nothing that tells me, oh, it might be somebody else. So Texas is just all barreling down. Look, if you had Michael Penix in, I think if you have Michael Penix in, they got to respect his running still and throwing. If Dylan Johnson threw it, maybe if he threw it, right? Like come up, have 37, act like he's coming to block, and then leak out real quick, and then just quick toss it out to him and let him get upfield. You might have a chance because Polk can come in and crack, and then it's all in the corner to make the tackle for the stop. But for me, I'm so tired of it. I hate the Wildcat at the collegiate level. Sorry. I just find that it was cool. It has purpose, but now it doesn't. It just doesn't, guys. Sorry. It's my personal opinion. I know that's my own feelings. Someone's gonna be like, "How dare you, sir? Hate the wild." I know Dr. Pepper loves the Wildcat. Okay, I know it. I know. Okay, they love the Wildcat, but I'm just done with it. And plus, I think you take the points there. You're in a shootout. Get points. You've got to stop. So now make it 17-14. But you see what I mean by the run game just working? Okay, we get another outside zone cut. I mean, the run game for Texas was good in the first half. I think if they had stayed with it, you have a real good chance. Is it holding on the backside here by 70 for Texas? Think that's holding right there by number 70. I'm just laughing because Tyler's pretty on time with me, but Shay Line Coach is commenting about plays like 3 plays ago. So sorry, guys, in the chat. That's why I'm laughing. Tyler's with me. Everybody else has been kind of with me on like where we're at in the game in the video. But that's Shay Line Coach. He's like way behind. And I don't know why. He's like the only one. I think everyone else has been okay. So yeah, just a really good run play. I think he came in and he just kind of we had already started, so he's just been behind. Okay, so do you guys see why I'm saying I thought that maybe Texas should stay with the run? Run was really working well. Okay, 3rd and 12. Notice the difference here between Michael Penix and Quinn Ewers. This is why this clip is in here. Okay, Quinn Ewers knows who he's got. Got a guy in his face. Interesting that we don't see yours till later, huh? But notice the difference, guys. Okay, we get the vertical slot, it's a slot fade, ball's out, and for whatever reason, he's just not able. He's not able to do what Penix did, and that's what makes Penix special, guys. Like, I don't know if people really realize how special a quarterback Penix is. Okay, got a guy in his face. He does get hit. I will say this: he gets hit. Penix does not get hit, and the ball, the receiver doesn't know where it is. It's a little bit inside. There might have been a chance for the catch there, but that's why I include it, because it just shows how impressive the one with the lineman running the stunt coming free up the field. Just how impressive that play was, guys. Because damn, that is impressive. All right, 4th and 1. Notice the difference. We're not running the Wildcat here. Okay. Defense has to respect that Michael Penix. They got the motion. And this was some of the stuff that you see. Just look at the cave-in right here. Bang. Bang-a-ring. Okay, it's bang-a-ring. And I think Dylan Johnson just anticipated that he was going to take the cutback on this play. You just refreshed? Did I just say bang-a-ring for you, hashtag line coach? I think Dylan Johnson just anticipated the backside cut on this play, because he takes it so fast. He does not try to stay play side. He's taking the backside cut. And I think he just said, I'm going to get that yard. Great run by him. I love the block right here by, let's see if I say his name right. Fontenot. Fontenot is how I would say it. Okay. He's going to smash down, and there's the Texas defensive line can't hold the line, and so he's able to take it. Cut right there. It's a good play. It's a fantastic play. I love it. I love it. Great 4th down call. And because Penix is in here and you got the motion, you got to respect that there's a throw. Because you don't know if he's pulling or it's a throw, and they get the 1st down and keep the drive going. All right. Like I said, been doing this to Pac-12 teams for 2 years, guys. Welcome, rest of the nation, to Pac-12 football. Oh, Pac-12, yeah, okay. Yeah, when you got a quarterback doing this, when you got players doing this, right, we get a rush, free rusher. I mean, just look at the pocket presence, stepping up, dipping the shoulder to step up, ball's coming out. I mean, come on. Right? Safety drives up on the basically on the first over route. And so the post over the top is what's open, and the corner's unable to come over the top to stop the play. Okay? So once again, our safety right here, guys. Safety right here, he is unable. He steps down because they're running. Basically, they're running right here. I don't know why that line's like that. And then he's running the post. And our safety right here drives down on this route, leaving the post wide open for a touchdown. And you'll see him right. See how he's come up right there? That's why the post is wide open. And you just got to be like, how the hell do we stop this pass game? Right? Because we get the bounce up, catch, touchdown. Like I said, 3 legitimate weapons at the receivers. Boink. Catch, touchdown. How do you stop that, guys? How do you stop that as a defensive play team? Okay. By the way, I'm checking my little video. This is making me laugh. I've got people like telling me I'm wrong about Brad Allen. Brad Allen sucks. Okay. Just add that in the middle of this video. I'll break down. Okay. So that's the half. Half is 21-21. Right. Let's go to the 3rd quarter. I'm sorry I didn't show the Texas touchdown. Texas, marched down, got a touchdown. Okay, so here we go. We get the motion. We get the read option. It's the power read, right, with the jet sweep. And you get what you want with Michael Penix, right? Just like what Bama was doing. This time they're doing it out of basically like a 20 look. Guy to the outside, gonna pull it. We get a wraparound. Backer gets caught. We get a nice pull. This is a really great job right here. Guys, this is a hell of a job on a one technique. Can I just say that's a hell of a job on a one technique? Right there by number 7. Oh, let's go. Let's give the love. This is by Bulow. He just kicks the hell out of this defensive tackle and knocks him the hell down the field. You've also got their center, which is Brailsford. Is it Brailsford? I believe it's Brailsford. The guy who's so light that he shouldn't be able to do this. Oh, no, yeah. Comes across, right? You've got Kalepo who's coming around. 73's clubbing a dude, Rosengarten. Oh, man. I love it. God's play. Power. God's play, guys. Right? But this is a great job. 77 just squeezes down. We get the kick out by Kalepo. Boom. Big play. Big effing play. Right? Just such a good job right here by the offensive line. And again, as I'm going to harp, it's going to fall on these 5 against Michigan. It's going to fall upon Washington's defensive line against Michigan. For Michigan, it's going to fall on their secondary. They're going to have to find a way to stop the pass game. But just such a good play. And they don't need to run Michael Penix that much, just enough. You got to respect it, right? Another thing that really hurt Texas was screen game, right? The screen game just hurt Texas, and I included one of them because of it. Okay? No one goes with the receiver out, so it's way too easy. Look at the big men getting out there, guys. Look at these big guys. Look at this. Set. Get upfield. Look at them club. And then climb upfield, get their blocks. It's a nice gain. But notice nobody widens with Polk. So it's a nice, easy throw. There's no one there to really come up and force him inside. Offensive line is able to get out there, create a wall for him. And you just saw it multiple times where Texas was just getting out leveraged on this play, on these plays. And that's what happened. Okay. All right. This might be one of the wildest touchdown passes of the season. Okay. And I'm not joking. We're going to get a fake toss. And the ball is going to rifle in between the safeties. Oh, my God. Okay. So we get the fake toss. Safety widens. Right? Our safety over here widens. And the minute he widens, he takes himself kind of out of the play. But he's got to help over the top. But because he widens, now as McMillan's coming out of the break, ball's on its way. There's no chance. It's too high. Work the post, right? If they had rotated to let's say that they had rotated to 1 high. Guys, let's say they had rotated to 1 high. The ball would have gone right here. I think it's just, and it's just a good ball. We're just looking at the end zone view, guys, because I wanted to show you guys what it looked like from that. Right, we're going to get a fake toss. Basically, you get verticals, right? So we've got what the equivalent of a wheel route, right here by our tight end. He's going to run, but it's basically like a wheel, post, seam. And the thing about it is, you're looking, if they stay too high, you work the post. And then if the safety goes with the post, then you can throw the seam route. Okay? Because it's forcing that safety to run with them. If they'd gone one high, you're gonna work the seam to the wheel. Or you can work wheel to the seam, whatever one you want to. This could be 1, 2, or this could be 1, 2. However you want to coach it. But they had the right play call, the defense, right? Let's say that he steps down here. Let's say that it was one high and the corner steps on the seam. You got the wheel route. I mean, it's play call for every coverage right there. And touchdown. Too easy, but they got it. Okay? Sorry. I don't know why I have that part of the clip like that, but that's not what it is. Okay, so here we go. Read option again. Power read option. Right? Out of, looks like 11 personnel. Really kind of 10 personnel. Why did I have that clip in here? Don't remember why. Okay. 73's got to get his ass up the field, though. Okay. That's Rosengarten. Rosengarten's got to get his ass moving. Can't hesitate. Anywhere's better than right in front of where the quarterback's running. Because the play's designed to hit up inside, right? He's hitting up inside. Defense is taking themselves out because they're so worried of the outside run. Not discipline, right? Discipline goes outside, takes himself out of the play. There's no one to block. Rosengarten, just move your ass and get upfield. Don't worry about it. You know that's getting talked about in the film room when they're talking about this play. They're going to be like, hey, Rosengarten, what are you doing? Get your ass moving, son. Okay, but good play. And that worked a couple times. All right. So I like the play design. I like the check down. Again, we've got the boot. Stop, throw back. Only thing you got to do, don't fumble the ball. We get a fumble, turnover, Washington's ball. But the reason I included it, guys, is because I like the setup, right? We're going to get play action, boot, back to the right. Everybody's going with the vertical. Now you throw to the back. Backs 1v1, makes a man miss, just runs into his teammate and fumbles. And that's the play right there. Okay. So again, we're going to take one more look. I think Steve Sarkisian's some of the best play designs. But the problem is, again, I think they should have stayed with the run. But remember, now it's the fourth quarter. You know that Texas has to throw the ball, and that's what the problem was for Texas. Was Washington just started teeing off, going as fast as they could to get after Quinn Ewers. Okay, so 9-13, 34-21. They got the ball back. I thought Washington on this drive they ran a flea flicker as well. Kind of felt like they were goofing around a little bit. Didn't love it. Okay, we're gonna get a nice wheel route. This is a good throw by Quinn Ewers. Puts it out to where only Worthy's the only one who can get it, and it's a good ball. Like right down the field. Good play. Okay. So this was really a nice play. Good decision here by Quinn. I like the route by Worthy. Notice he's able to get stacked. That way the ball is able to be thrown to the outside a little bit, so he's the only one who can catch it. Corner can't cut it off. Just really nice. I love it. It's a really good one. Okay? So love the play. All right. I think everybody's losing steam. We're about 2 hours in. Let me know if you're still alive out there. Like I said, we are 2 hours into this live stream, guys. I may have lost somebody. Some of you may have fallen asleep. It's okay. If you're enjoying this, make sure to leave a like, guys. If you're still here and you're enjoying it, make sure to leave a like. But let's get right into it some more. You're alive. Okay, just making sure. I just don't want. I'm okay. I just want to make sure that I'm sure you guys have noticed I'm losing a little bit of steam too. 2 hours of me just talking. Someone's gonna be like, "You talk too much on this video." But I think we've done a good job of trying to be entertaining as well as informative. Okay, so we get a counter toss. No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't think you're not that far behind. Okay, I love this. Right? Get fault. What have we talked about? False keys. We get a false key. Looks like counter's being run to the left. Step inside. Now we're going to toss it out to blue. Would have liked a better block by tight end. That's number 85. Gunnar Helm. Would have liked a better block by him on this play. But I love the design of it, right? You're selling on this play that you are running counter to the left. Notice Blue's stepping inside like he's going to be following the pulling players, and instead he's going to then run to the outside. And if someone had been going to the safety, I think you have a better chance. I think if you had gone right here and blocked, and then blocked right here, and then left it on the corner, I think that's a walk-in touchdown. But it's such good play design because, again, look at the defense for Washington. Right? Watch where their eyes are. They're all going, oh, nope. Toss. And it's just that momentary hesitation that allows Blue, who's a speedster, to get around the end and get it a first and goal. Okay. And then they convert the touchdown pass to Adonai Mitchell. All right. You guys want to see another beautiful pass play? Let's watch it. Okay. Michael Penix, 2nd and 3. Notice the time, 4:11. Washington is up 6. They got to get the first down here. I mean, I don't know. What do you do? It's a trick question. Ryan Watts is about as good coverage as he can be, and that ball is just dropped in like in a bucket. Okay, look where Odunze's lined up. Remember, right before they were in the slot position, ball was deep thrown, and you can say, "Oh, it was in the slot." Notice by alignment. Notice how he's using. He's not all the way out here. You'll see a lot of receivers line up here, and then they'll run a vertical route, and there's no place for them to go, no place for the quarterback to put the ball. But I want you to watch Odunze run this route. Goes outside. Notice how he's pressing vertical. Now there's some space. Ball's over the top. Watts has no chance. First down. So the Washington coaches do a really good job emphasizing spacing and alignment for their receivers to help out Penix, and then Penix just has to know where to put the ball, and he's got his guy. One-on-one, know where you're going to put it, over the top. Watts has no chance to react to it because it just comes in, drops in perfectly, gets him in the red zone. And this is where I think Washington makes a mistake. Okay? I don't know how SJ line coach, I don't know how Tyler are going to feel. But you know that your opponent has 3 timeouts. You're now in field goal range. Your kicker's a freaking stud. Okay, so you can make this a 2-score game. They run the ball first down, fine. Okay, they don't get a lot of yards. They run it second down, and so now it's going to be 3rd and 5. And Texas takes its first timeout. On the 3rd and 5 on this drive, Washington, in my opinion, they probably should have run the ball. They threw it, and what happened was Penix had to throw it away, so it saved a timeout for Texas in this game. I would have liked to see 2 timeouts taken out by Washington on this drive, get the two score lead, and then it puts real pressure on Texas because they got to go down either get a touchdown or a field goal to even have a chance. And the reason I say I would have preferred it is what happens at the end. But let's go ahead. Okay. We know that Texas goes down, gets the field goal. We then have the onside kick, which Washington gets. And here's where again, remember, Texas has 2 timeouts instead of just the one that I think should have happened. If instead of throwing the ball on that 3rd down in the red zone, they had just run it instead. And I know you're trying to get the first down so that you can get an extra score. But sometimes you just got to play the odds to win the game. Make Texas use a timeout. So instead, Texas still has 2 timeouts. You get the first down, timeout, second down, timeout. Once you've got them burned on the timeouts, I think you take the knee. Okay? If you had made it so that it was just 1 timeout left for Texas, you could just take 2 knees and the game is done. So this game never should have gotten to the last second. You have the unfortunate injury to Dylan Johnson. I don't know what's going to happen to Dylan Johnson, if he's going to be able to play. Washington is saying that he's going to be able to play on Monday. I don't think he will be, but that's just me. I don't know. That's just what I'm going to say though about that. Okay. Second thing, guys. Second thing. No, that's all I want to say. Okay. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how is Washington going to blow this game? Because I couldn't believe that Texas got to the 12-yard line with 15 seconds left. And I was just like, what the crap? Extra line coach, no worries. If you're sick, man, go get some rest. I know the flu's coming and there's still people getting COVID. I know someone who got COVID. So just be you're fine. No worries. I just didn't like the end. I think the end here, after that pass, I think you got to play the odds. And so for me, I was like, how did Washington blow this game? They should win this game by 6. But so let's take a look here. Remember, because they still they had the injury timeout, so that saved 40 seconds. They just taken a knee there. If they just taken a knee there, let's say that they don't. Okay, you can forgive that they didn't run it when they on that drive where they kicked the field goal to make it 9-point lead. Okay, just take the knee after you've burned the 2 timeouts, and the clock's probably about 20 seconds, and they're going to be inside their 20. And tell your guys to not, just be careful, not get a penalty like you see what happens, and give them an extra 15 yards. So let's go ahead. This is a great ball by Quinn Ewers, though. Give your receiver a chance to the outside, way to the outside. There's no chance here for Washington. I like I said, there's no reason that this play should be happening, though. Okay? Just not great time management. That's my criticism right there of the Washington coaches. I thought overall, the Washington coaches did a great game, had a great game plan, did a great job. But this is where I would criticize them if I was to be critiquing coaching staff. And I know it's kind of weird for me, but to me, that's where you could have lost the game for your kids. Okay. Let's see how he's going wide. Puts the ball to the outside. Great play by the receiver, Whittington. And Whittington, I think, let's take a look here. Hold on. Let me take a look at something. I think Whittington actually did way better for Texas than. Okay. Whittington had 4 catches. Yeah, Xavier Worthy and Adonai Mitchell. Mitchell had 4 catches, but Worthy only had 2 catches. Whittington had 70 yards receiving, so great play by him though. And I was like, holy crap. Did Texas going to win this game? I was in shock, guys. I was in so much shock at that moment. Well, Captain, it's a valid point, right? Running versus taking knee is a very easy 20 hindsight 2020 call. I'm just saying, for me personally, I probably would have just taken the knees no matter what, just because I didn't want to risk an injury like that. Um, I just don't want to risk that at all. I think that they probably should have, like I said, run the ball on that third down before they kick the field goal to make Texas take 2 timeouts, and that way, even if you run the ball on the first down after the onside kick, you just take a knee. That's just me. I get it. Washington has pushed the envelope a lot of times, and that's why they're playing for the national championship, guys. I just, I just, I'm just of the opinion there's a time to kind of be like, okay, we got to be old fuddy duddies and boring. But that's just me. That's just me, Captain. You're right. It seems like I'm saying 2020 crew. I should have been like, well, in my opinion, Texas should have had 1 timeout for the onside kick. That was it. You burn the timeouts. It's boring football. I get it. You're like your quarterback's a freaking stud. It pains me to say that as an Oregon fan, but he's a stud. God, I'm glad he's leaving. I just think there should have been 2 timeouts. Texas was left with 1. You run it on first down, and then you go victory formation and end the game. That's my opinion. I just don't like it because it doesn't normally happen, but you never know, and that's the risk you run when you run the ball like that. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Hey, no problem. Like I'm just telling you how I would be as an I'm a fuddy duddy coach sometimes. I love all the stuff. Like I love what Washington does. I love all those kinds of things. But sometimes I just go into old man takes as well, where I'm like, okay, our job is to win the game, right? Is it to look the best all the time winning it? You've dominated Texas all this time. There's no reason to even give them a slimmer of hope. Let's just take it and do this thing that it may not be. And I think that's where sometimes analytics gets in the way. It's like, well, analytics say this. Understand the situation of the game. You're on the verge of knocking them out. I mean, you take away 2 timeouts. It's harder. It's much more pressure on a play caller as well. It's a mindset of, okay, I've only got 1 timeout left. I got to be better on my play calls because I don't have a timeout. 2 timeouts, you're thinking, okay, we can do some stuff. Because I'm willing to bet that if they'd only had 1 timeout, they might not have kicked it. They might have gone for the touchdown. Because they're like, okay, well, we can do it with 1 timeout. We can get in the field goal range. So I don't know. That's just for me. And that's why I try to say, for me personally, I probably would have done this, but I get it. And by the way, one of my old bosses is on Washington's staff. So if he hears me saying this, he'll be like, "What the hell? What the hell, man?" But I'm really a unique kind of guy in that regard. I've coached on the defensive side, I've coached on the offensive side, and sometimes I'm just like I love the RPOs, all this stuff. Love what Texas, love what Washington do. But sometimes I'm just like, sometimes just go get the win and don't worry about how it looks. So anyway, great job here by Whittington. And like I said, I was watching this with my jaw dropped. If you guys want to hear, here were my takes. Here was my take, I think, after that happened. Here's what I said. I said this on Twitter. Okay. I said this on Twitter. I said, Washington falling apart in the last minute. What the hell is going on here? Next tweet. I think it was after they got to the 12-yard line. This game should be over, but it's not. Wow. All-time mistakes made by Washington here in the last minute. So this is just my opinion. Again, I'm a guy on YouTube. Great play in the end zone by the cornerback, but it never should have gotten to that point. This will be a great national championship. And then I said the 14 playoff ends as it began, right? Pac-12 versus Big 12, man. You gotta love the poetry, the irony of it, right? One Big Ten team, a future Big Ten team playing each other for the national championship. Gotta love the irony of it all. But anyway, we're not gonna look at it. Okay. Here's what I will say. Despite the fact that I was like, what the hell, Washington? I love that Washington's defensive coordinator said, F it. If we're gonna lose this game, we're gonna lose this game going down swinging. And he sent a 7-man blitz, guys. He sent a 7-man blitz. No, it's 6-man blitz. Sorry, not 7-man. 6-man blitz because they're keeping 5 in to block. Yeah. I can count. I swear. I swear to God, I can count. I don't know who's the one who calls the defense. If it's Morrell or Ing. Oh, yeah. You're right, Captain. Ohio State and Oregon, and now it's 2 rivals in the end. What are you talking about? The first one? 2014. Oh, because Ohio State beat Alabama. Whatever. Tyler's just trolling right now. Tyler! Okay? Love it. I love this blitz. I'm like, God damn, I love it. 0 high. We're sending the house. You going to win this game or we're going to win this game. Love it. Pressure off the edge. Quinn Ewers can't set his feet. And Texas is lucky they even get one more try. But I love it. 3rd and 11, 5 seconds left. Say, F it, let's go for the win. We're going to lose this game. So be it. But we're going to do it on our terms. We're going for the blitz. Love it, right? I know it's kind of funny that I'm saying that now, but if you're in this situation, I don't like sitting back. Go get the man. Make him make a quick decision. He doesn't have enough to block. There's not enough to block. Now the speed has to go up. He's either going to throw a bad pass or not. Or if he's Michael Penix Jr., and I'm saying this as an angry Pac-12 fan, he'll just spin out of the way, do a 360 spin shot, throw it perfectly down the sideline, and Romaduzzi is going to catch it, stop on a dime, cut back inside and run for a touchdown because, of course, that's what those two guys have done all season long. Okay? There you go. But I love it. Okay? Like I said, I'm like an oxymoron. Okay, you probably should have done this. I would have probably done this. Play the safe game. But now, if you've already gotten in this situation, don't play the safe game. Go for it. Go for the gusto, and that's why I love it. That's why I included it. Great play call. Send 6. They can't block all 6. Send one of your speedsters. Go get that guy. Look how quick. Guys, just look at how fast. Ball snap. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can't even get to the back of his drop for the play before he's already trying to run away. And they're very lucky that the ball wasn't thrown and caught because I don't think he's gonna stay in bounds. It's a game over. So you got 1 second left, right? And you gotta love this, right? Play boot. I think that is so good. And I know Texas fans are like, PI. They ain't gonna call PI here, guys. He goes up. Dikembe Mutombo's it. Baka! I mean, that is the most emphatic swat away I think I've ever seen from a cornerback. He's like, nope. By the way, guys, this is the weaker of the 2 cornerbacks for Washington. That's the cornerback that everybody wants to pick on. Right? I think I'm right on who that is. Let me make sure here before I say that and break everybody's brains break where they're like, oh, no, you're wrong. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Internet. Let's go. Yeah, Elijah Jackson. It's Elijah Jackson, guys. That's the weaker of the 2. You know, I think this, you got to remember these are kids too, so they may hear all this crap coming at him. And he's just like, oh, yeah, Husky fans, watch this. Bam! And just knocks the snot out of it. just knocks the living snot out of it, and I love it. Okay? This is going to be a hell of a national championship because it's going to be a contrasting style. Now, I don't know if I think Quinn Ewers had already decided he was throwing it to Mitchell. And remember, I said once Texas was not really running the ball, wasn't able to, they'd gotten away, fallen behind. They had to go to the passing game. Washington's defensive line went to town. Look at this move. Right? Look at this. Move gets in his way. Quinn Ewers, the ball's thrown away. Ooh. So good. And that's the tail of a game, right? Get upfield. Man. That's such a good play. Love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love redemption. You just gotta love plays like this, right? And we're gonna have a national championship. Now, my thoughts, and I'll talk about it later, guys. My thoughts, though, are for this national championship. If I'm really gonna be honest, here's how I see the national championship, really broken down. And I don't usually do here's who's gonna win because I'm just not one of those guys who likes to make, unless I know for certain. I'm like, there's just no way this team is hurting so bad. Like the Orange Bowl, I would never have come out and been like, Florida State's pulling the upset because 23 guys off. You knew like that was going to be a blowout. Georgia was pissed. They had all their guys. They were going to take their pound of flesh. Okay, they were going to take the pound of flesh. It was going to happen. So here's what I think though. For this national championship, it's going to come down to really, for Michigan, it's going to come down to them stopping the pass. Their defensive secondary, their pass coverage has to handle the three receivers. Okay, the three receivers of Washington, but then remember they got the tight end as well. Tight end's a freaking stud. I don't know how many people noticed. That tight end is not, and let me make sure I have his name correctly. That tight end is not. He's not terrible. He's pretty good. It's Westover's his name. That's right, Westover. Can't believe I forgot it. Okay, so you got Westover, tight end, who could be someone that you might not think about, and all of a sudden there he is, just destroying you because you're focused on Polk, McMillan, and also Odunze. Okay, so if you're Michigan, you got to worry about the tight end. I don't know what's going to happen with Dillon Johnson. I don't think Dillon Johnson's going to play in this game because he did get hurt, unfortunately. So you might not think that, we'd have to worry about the run. But remember, they still have good running backs. You can't just forget about the run because they'll run some concepts, take advantage of it, especially if you're thinking that you don't have to. I think if you're Washington, backside screens are going to be a big part of it, especially with run plays, because then you're going to force Michigan's defense to have to respect that, and that's where your run game can probably take advantage. The backside screens, RPO type stuff, that'll set up your play action. It's going to fall on the offensive line for Washington to protect Michael Penix Jr. Because it looks like Michigan's defensive line is the real deal. So you got to be careful. Second thing for Washington is their defensive line. Michigan is going to try to hold the ball. Michigan doesn't really have those brand name, those big name receivers. They got Roman Wilson, but he's not. The three receivers for Washington, I think, are better than Roman Wilson. I'm just going to be blunt, but it's going to be ball control for Michigan. How well does Washington hold up? And Washington's probably going to hear about how Michigan's going to bully them. They've heard about how Texas was going to bully them. And I'm going to tell you right now, Washington has a bunch of Polynesian kids on their team. And if you guys have never actually played or coached against Polynesian kids, they take everything personally. If you're saying, oh yeah, those kids are going to get their ass kicked, and they're a bunch of Polynesian kids, they're going to be like, really? And they will take offense to that. Okay? They will take offense to that. I have been on the sideline of a team that went cross country to play our bowl game against the number 3 team in the country at the junior college level. We were number 4. We went out for pregame warmups, and the other team started taunting our players. We had a bunch of Polynesian players. Our guys were so mad, they took it out on the other team. It was 47-7 before we pulled the starters. I am not joking. Do not. You got to be careful because they will take it personally. And if they're hearing, oh, you guys are you're not strong enough to hold up. You're not strong enough to hold up. You're not strong enough to hold up. They will take that personally. They will take that as a personal challenge. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's going to be a great battle. I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a great national championship. I'm not going to make a prediction because to me, it's all about matchups. Does what I think happen? Again, for me, the key is does Michigan control the ball, run game, do the things that they need to do to be able to really keep the ball out of Penix's hands? And then does Michigan stop the pass game of Washington? Are they able to hold up against the pass game? Basically stop Washington from stop the 4 receivers and get going that way. That's one of the things that I think is going to be very interesting to me to look at. For Washington, it's how well does their front line, does their offensive and defensive line hold up against Michigan? Offensive line against the defensive line of Michigan, defensive line against Michigan's offensive line, and the run game. It's going to be a great battle because it's kind of a tale of 2 different teams. Washington's more physical than I think people realize. So just be aware of that. I think some people think that they're not, but they're a physical team. Remember, they've taken on Oregon and beat them twice. I've done a breakdown about that. So, guys, I hope this was fun for you. We are sitting at, holy Nikes. How long have we been going for? I am sitting at 2 hours and 36 minutes talking about the 2 semifinal games. All right, guys. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me play another video for you. Hold on, I'm going to unmute this. I'm going to change screens. It's on the wrong one. Well, Captain, I coached football for 9 years. You've got Tyler and SJ line coach who are in here as well. And they oh, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. Sorry, guys. I'm going to hide my camera real quick. They coach offensive line at the high school level. And you also have Coach Bruce who will stop in here as well. All 3 of them are members of this channel, which, by the way, guys, if you wish to support this channel, make sure to check out the membership. We have, right now, we're doing, for every member gets early access to a video. Okay? You guys all get early access to the video. Hold on a second here. Okay. You get early access to the videos before it goes public. Basically, I like to do a lot of videos, and then at the night, they'll be uploaded and ready to go, and then I set them for the morning. So you'll get instant access to those. First access, you'll be the first ones to see it. Every member gets it. So even the one that's $2.99, the basic fan member, you get that access. The booster members get their name in the video. When we're doing chats, we're gonna have some exclusive booster commands with the bot. Booster Elite get an extra members only video for that level where we talk about things going on with the channel. There's a lot of stuff going forward, guys. We're gonna do some film study. We're gonna talk about also things with regards to probably some draft study as well. Looking at teams, going through it all, talking about stuff in the off season. We're not going to be done. here on this channel just because football is going to end. We're going to go all the way through the Super Bowl, and then off season we'll go through the stuff that we need to. But appreciate it. If you haven't yet and you're still in the chat, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to leave a like if you've enjoyed this. Let me go ahead and hit this part though. I want to give a shout out to all of our booster members that are supporting the channel. If you wish to have your name in a video just like this, please make sure to join at the link down below at the booster member or above. On the next screen, there will be another recommended video. It'll be a breakdown video, most likely. Check it out. See what you think of it. Some of them might be commentary, but most of my videos are breakdowns. We'll see you later, though, and have a good one. Okay, everybody. You guys have a good rest of the day. I'm going to end the stream now. This will be live for about a day or two, and then I'm just going to make it member only. But you guys have a good rest of the day. We'll put up another video, my thoughts about the national championship game, but you guys have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.